Today we're checking in with head coach Tony Saras, beginning your 5th season here at Star Valley High School. I don't know if that seems like it's gone that fast or not, but we appreciate you here and taking a few minutes with us here on StarValleyIndependent.com. Coach Saras, you're coming off a 3rd place finish last year, just one graduating senior. I think expectations are pretty high. A couple injuries in the off season, but I want to talk about where you see the program coming in from the off season. You get to work with the kids obviously when you can, but you've had a week of practice under your belt. Where do you see the program currently as we head into our first game this weekend?
Well, we're quite a ways ahead of where we were last year because of the fact that we have all those kids back. Just lost Trace, and so we're ready for a game right now. I know the kids think that, and I do too. We've only had 5 practices, but we're ready to play. We need to really work hard on defense and rebound a lot more than we've been putting a lot of stuff in and spend a lot of time on offense. So tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to concentrate on defense and try to get ready, and we're going to press a lot and try to stay out of foul trouble while we'll do it.
Now, Coach, that kind of seems to go into the same conversation you and I have had over the last couple of years. Whenever I say, Coach, is there anything I can do for you, you sometimes will end it with, hey, a 6'8" guy that can shoot the hook shot or something like that. It seems like in Star Valley we make do, and I use that phrase lightly, but we have a lot of what coaches maybe call tweeners. We have a lot of guys who fit between that guard and forward position. But it seems like the positive side is we have a lot of them, and it seems like you've been able to coach those kids up into different positions. You mentioned Trace Hatterley last year. Trace was all a 6 foot, but we asked a lot of different positions, and that's kind of how you coach. You're not a 1 through 5 position coach. You ask your kids to be able to perform multiple positions. Talk about how this team falls into that, because like you said, rebounding probably going to be a team effort.
Yeah, it is. It's just a mental, and it's a heart. Coming from the heart, you just got to do it. I mean, you got to screen off and got to be aggressive to the ball, and we try to do some drills to help develop that, but that's more of a natural instinct than anything else. A kid like Bronson really has that instinct to rebound. He's a phenomenal rebounder for a kid that's 6 foot tall, and he gets a lot of offensive boards. He just has that knack, like a lot of kids don't have. He's not you don't have to be a great jumper. You just have to have a nose for the ball, and he sure has a nose for the ball. We've struggled rebounding against the JV, and it scares me going into this next week at Green River. It'll be fine if we make all our shots, which we know that's not going to happen. But we're just, our kids we have a lot of kids that play a lot of different positions. We have a post guy with Rocky, and then we kind of work other people into that 5 spot, but the other people are pretty interchangeable.
Yeah, that seems to be, as I look at the roster as well, to me a kid that kind of jumps out, not necessarily because of his varsity minutes, but as to where you might move him around this year, is a guy like Kyler Battleson. Kyler has come up through the system as a guard, but he's a bit beefier than he has been the last couple of years. Do you foresee maybe kids like that kind of filling that Trace Hatterley role from last year?
No.
Not necessarily?
Kyler's outside. He's not going to, I'm not going to ask him. I think he can go inside and guard kids because he's strong. But he's going to be more of a 2-3 guy, and you'll see him a little bit at the 4. But, kids like Cole, Bronson, Robbie, those 3 seniors, they're going to have to guard bigger kids at the post, along with Rocky. And we have rules for our kids when we front. Our rule, those guys' rule is to front at the post, so we just try to front and give backside help. That makes it easier for us defending inside.
Well, Coach, one thing I want to finish off here with is you have a lot of similarities, at least on paper, this year's team to the team you had a couple years ago that went all the way. And in terms of a lot of those 6 foot and under kind of kids, and quite a few of them, maybe that's a misperception on my part. How do you feel like this team stacks up to that team?
Oh, boy, that's a good question. I've thought about it quite a bit. I don't like comparing teams, That team was a special group of kids because they had the chemistry. They got along so well together. They understood each other so well, and they were so unselfish. And they didn't care how we won. They just wanted to win. And this team, that's something we have to work on. We have to work on being unselfish and playing together and getting along, because our chemistry right now isn't as good as it should be. And if it doesn't improve, and if it doesn't get, I'm not asking for them to get like the team 2 years ago. I'm just, I think the chemistry is, the number one important thing for us to be successful this year. Because if we have that chemistry, I think we'll work together and be fine.
All right, head coach Tony Saras. And Tony, we appreciate your time this week.
Thank you.